Happy evening, friends. It is almost bedtime, but I was wrapping up a couple of things. I'm still drinking my water. Clearly, I'm going to be doing a lot of peeing later, but that's okay. But I was getting all of my morning routine stuff set out. I set myself up for success every single night by just putting out my things. I lay out my workout clothes. They're right here on the table. I have my stack, my gratitude journal, the personal development that I'm reading, and a few other things. I just put them on the counter. And it's not like it makes that big of a difference, but it's that extra nudge that sometimes we need. And especially if you're new in this journey of developing yourself and leveling up and just becoming a saner version of yourself, sometimes it's really hard and you don't know where to start. That's where you start. You lay out your workout clothes. You block out the time that you're planning on working out, and it probably won't be perfect, especially if you have little people at home. But you have to set yourself up for success, just like you have to know what your goal is, what your destination is. Will you take detours along the way? Yeah, you will. But it just is one extra piece in the puzzle, I think, of making it a habit, because you have to create the habit. You will never be motivated enough to show up every single day. I'm not motivated every single day, but I've created a series of habits and checks and places of accountability so that it keeps me honest and it keeps me engaged in my own messy, imperfect journey. That's one of the reasons I freaking love being a coach. So anyways, I was setting out all my stuff. And I have these affirmation cards that I use every single day. I always share them in my stories, but this is what is on top. It says, I am limitless, if you can't read backwards. And I was like, super fitting for today and for all the stuff that I'm dealing with in this season of life. So the affirmation is, I am limitless. I remove my self-inflicted boundaries to reach my fullest potential. And if you're in my community, if you're in one of my tribes, I went live earlier tonight and I talked about that very thing. Nothing is wrong in my life right now. Everything is falling into place. The homeschooling thing, we're trying to figure that out, but I'm really excited for this new chapter, because if you know me in real life, you know that I am super structured. I operate off of a to-do list. I have a certain timeline for all the things, and I don't want to live that way for forever. I think it's really important to have a sense of urgency in your life. I think it's really important to always be leveling up. I don't do mediocrity. I don't like it. But I also want to teach my kids a really vital, important life lesson, which is not just to be adaptable, but also to be flexible and to be able to readjust and realign and refocus as many times as possible. It's what I preach all the time, you guys. So anyway, trying to work on being more flexible. And so it's uncomfortable when you're trying to take on something new. It just is. It's uncomfortable. It stretches us because it's not the freaking norm. So life is happening, and I had one of those moments. I've been kind of in a week of this self-doubt. Even though I know I'm standing in my truth and I know I'm living my purpose, things don't always pan out the way you expect them to, and things don't always fall into line the way you hope they do. As much as you speak it into existence and have all the freaking affirmations to back it up, but sometimes there's just a different plan, and you have to go on a slightly different detour part of your journey in order to get to your final destination. And so I've been in this place of just self-doubt and this weird, and I was starting to make dinner tonight, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. A praise and worship song came on the TV, and I was just you know what? We teach our kids to not quit. We teach our kids it's not acceptable to talk themselves or just to quit on things when they're uncomfortable. And yet as adults, how often do we do that? How often do we self-destruct and do we get in our own way and we sabotage ourselves from becoming that next level version of ourselves? It's okay if it's uncomfortable, and it's okay if your journey doesn't look like anyone else's, because it really shouldn't. If your journey is a carbon copy of someone else's, someone you follow, someone in real life, well then you're really not living up to your highest potential. You're not. If your freaking journey looks identical to your neighbor or your partner or someone else in your life, you're playing small. And I think we're all guilty of that. I think it's really scary, especially with how life is these days, to dream bigger and to be uncomfortable and to do that thing that makes you want to puke in your mouth, even if it's going to make you a better version of yourself. So the moral of the story is that you're limitless, and the only thing in your way is you and your limiting self-belief. And, the only way to get past that is just to take the daily action and to show up as that next level version of yourself. It won't be an overnight transformation, and you will never show up at that journey, at that final destination probably the way you thought you were going to, because you're going to grow and you're going to change and you're going to discover new layers of yourself and you're going to peel the onion on your journey. So the point is, just don't quit. Don't quit. People need you and you need you. So do the thing you know that you need to do. If it's uncomfortable, if you're in the middle of hard, if it just feels ugh, just know that you can do it. And if you quit on yourself, you're quitting on so much more than just your little teeny tiny moment. You guys, all these little tiny moments add up to big things. So I'm gonna drink my water and I'm gonna remind myself of my truths and tell myself that it's okay if I don't get to the final destination exactly the way I mapped it out, that my journey isn't gonna look like anyone else's because I am unique. I'm the only one on this planet just like me, and you're the only person on this planet just like you. So embrace your freaking struggle. Honor the journey. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if you scream into a pillow. It's okay if you want to quit, as long as you don't quit and you take the action and you show up as the version of yourself that you want to be, you guys. That's how I've changed my whole life, and I'm still not anywhere close to the version of myself that I know I'm capable of becoming, and the version of myself that I keep waiting to be. Like, hello, I'm doing the work. Why is this taking so long? It's just real freaking life. It's imperfect, it's messy, and it's just how it is, you guys. But you're the driver of your bus, and so if things aren't going the way you want them to, you may not be able to change your circumstances immediately, but you can change your perspectives. You can change your attitude. You can shift your focus from this is happening to me to this is happening for me. And today, Marshall and I were walking, we were talking about mediocrity and settling for things and leveling up and all those things. And we can't control all the things on the outside, but we completely control the way we view things and the way we choose to show up to those things. And so if you're showing up to those things and it feels really freaking hard and you're having a temper tantrum, well, congratulations, you're human. Feel the feelings, let them go, bless and release that shit, and then take the freaking action, make that mindset shift to become the version of yourself that you want to be, even if you're not quite there yet. So don't quit. We don't let our kids quit. We don't let our kids talk all kinds of trash about themselves. And why should the story be any different for you? You are perfectly and wonderfully made. You are 100% capable of becoming whatever and whoever it is you are dreaming of becoming. You just have to take the daily action and trust the process. Be committed to the outcome and then show up every single day incrementally, a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit braver, because all those things, they pave your way, my friend. So drink your freaking water. Don't stay up too late tonight and set yourself up for success for tomorrow, whatever that means for you. If you set your alarm a little bit earlier, or you move your phone out of your bedroom, you put your clothes out, you pour your water as soon as you get up, and you tell yourself, I am going to win this day by taking this tiny action, because those teeny tiny actions, they compound. So I'm going to drink this. I'm going to chug it over the kitchen sink. I feel like a hamster. I don't know why, but I always feel like a hamster. Maybe a frat boy. Maybe I have a hamster frat boy. I don't really know, but I am not going to go to bed until I get all this in, because this is the deal I make with myself, and it's one of the ways I win my day. So all those little tiny actions, my friends, they all add up. I believe in you. If no one else has told you today, you're doing a great job. Just keep showing up. Trust the process. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if it's unclear. It's okay if it feels like you just freaking can't. Every single day that you show up and take the smallest of actions, that's how you get momentum on your journey. And that is how you change your life.